Are, are we on?
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Great Plains Webinar Wednesdays. We're excited with the turnout we've got today and the interest in our advanced annuity sales strategies. Our presenter today, Jake Quagliaroli from Phoenix. He's Regional Vice President of Annuity Sales for Phoenix. Jake's joining us today, give you those sales ideas and strategies for this summer. And we thank you for attending. As usual, we've muted the phones, and please use your question dialog box. We normally find your question may well be answered in the next couple of minutes from when you send it in. We will feed those questions to Jake, or we will get back to you. But to do anything else is chaos on the phone line. So with all that said, Jake, how you doing? Take it away. Give us some great ideas to get some production up here the rest of this summer.
Hey, beautiful. Well, Rob, appreciate that intro, and just want to echo those sentiments quickly. Again, I appreciate everybody taking a few minutes of their time, of their schedule, to listen to this webinar today. As Rob mentioned, my name is Jake Quagliaroli. What we're going to talk about over the next 25 to 30 minutes is exactly what you see in front of you, the advanced sales strategies. I'm going to kick it off by sort of taking a step back, though, and talking a little bit about the industry and where it is today and trends that we're seeing. So then we can look at ways that we can use these strategies and really position products to ensure that we're offering the most successful and complete retirement plan when we're sitting down with clients. And I want to start it off by a quick sort of company preview in terms of where we are from an industry standpoint. You see on the slides in front of you that today, when an income benefit rider is available, over 70% of FIA sales have an income rider attached to them. In terms of turning that income feature on, you can see the average deferral is 2.2 years. So a lot of people are having index annuities sold with income riders on and are turning that income stream on fairly quickly. So what we're looking at doing is developing a retirement plan that can guarantee a lifetime income for a client, but also protect them to ensure that we're offering the most complete benefit package in front of you. And you can see we'll obviously highlight a couple products for a couple seconds throughout this presentation. How we're able to be so competitive with these strategies and positioning our products is by offering a very competitive multi-income rider benefit with an income today with a 45% benefit-based bonus, or income tomorrow with 14%. So you see a lot of different features and a lot of different opportunities in front of you. Now, with that said, let's transition to a quick overview of where we are from an economic standpoint. A lot of these features and numbers are things you've seen in the past, but just look at the opportunity in front of us. Currently, in terms of the boomer marketplace, by 2016, we expect to be close to $600 billion, and that's with a B, assets out there that are approaching retirement, that are controlled by the baby boomer marketplace. And again, the thing that we want to be cognizant about as we talk about ideas is capturing some of those upside gains that those clients have experienced over the last 4 or 5 years, locking them in to protect a retirement plan. But the numbers are astounding in terms of what opportunities that we have from that side of the marketplace. And take a look at how those rollover dollars are currently invested. What really jumps out to you as you're looking at that is currently 78% of assets are exposed to the market. And what we'll talk about in a couple minutes here from a sales strategy standpoint is, again, those assets have probably had some nice gains over the last 3-4 years. As we've seen from conversational standpoint, a lot of people believe that we're due for a correction. When exactly it is, how long that correction is going to be, how deep it's going to be, that can be debatable. But we all know at some point in time the market's going to take a correction. And if we've got a client that's approaching retirement with 78% of their assets exposed to market fluctuation, that can really impact the standard of living that they have. In addition to that, 14% of assets are earning next to nothing. Now, we're starting to see some movement, positive movement from the 10-year and those types of things. We're getting some upside potential or relief, if you will. But still, when you think about inflationary opportunities, when you think about market exposure, of that $600 billion, there's a huge opportunity to sit down with a client, talk about a successful retirement plan, present some strategies that can help capture some of those assets and protect them to ensure they're living the lifestyle that they want to throughout retirement. In addition to looking at the economy and all those assets that are out there, we always suggest, obviously, when you're sitting down with a client, to talk about different risks that the client might not have thought about or might not have considered when they're looking at moving those $600 billion and protecting some of those assets. I think the powerful point that we've got in front of you is with the products and the strategies that we're going to show you here, we can take that box on the left, where it says on the right, 70% of middle-income boomers are not confident about having enough money to live comfortably through their retirement years. And that's what we're going to focus on. We look at some of these strategies, is an opportunity to use the product that we've got, use the great benefit of the indexed annuity, and really address these risks, help take that 70% number down to a lower number. Not going to spend a lot of time on the slide in front of you. We're going to go into a little bit more detail here in the next couple slides. But again, these are the risks. These are the numbers that are associated with these risks, and things that you need to be talking about, we need to be talking about with clients, again, when we're looking at and recommending product, when we're looking at recommending solutions to what we're trying to accomplish with a client. So looking at the first strategy here in a little bit more detail, let's talk about longevity and the risks that are associated with it. You can see we're obviously living longer. We know that. We hear it on a consistent basis. But if you have a client who lives to age 65, there is a very strong probability that that client's going to live to age 80. And I think these numbers, actually, as I've seen more recently, we'll get this slide updated, continue to creep up. But again, for a client age 65, there's a 94% chance that at least one individual as part of a couple will live to age 80. Almost a 40% chance that one will live to age 95. So being able to provide product, provide solution that help address some of those concerns is a real positive in addressing some of the risks. Inflation, something that's been around forever, obviously a buzzword in the interest rate environment that we're in today. You can see the impact of pricing and the changes there, and things that, again, need to be at least talked about when a client's looking at, again, maintaining a lifestyle, living a lifestyle in retirement where they're confident they've got enough assets to continue all the way throughout their life. And why are those important? Why is it important that we address those needs? And again, it's because so much of the emphasis of retirement today is being placed on the shoulders of the clients. It used to be in the past that a lot more of it was with the company that they worked with, the corporation that they worked with, but now with people moving, again, so often job to job, much more of that onus has been placed on the shoulders of the individual client, and it's our responsibility to obviously go out there and provide solutions to address that. Now here, when we start looking at diving a little bit deeper in terms of concepts, in terms of strategies, or in terms of buzzwords that you can use with your clients, I really want you to focus on this slide in front of you. I think this is a great opportunity to, again, talk with clients who are nearing retirement, who have access to those $600 billion in rollover dollars that are coming. Again, many of them with assets exposed to the marketplace. If you recall, we saw 78% of assets are currently exposed to the market. They've probably done fairly well over the last several years. But let's just say, look back from 2003 through 2008. We obviously know what happened at that point in time. For an individual that was looking at or getting close to retirement, that downturn, 2008, 2009, had a real big impact on when and how that client retired. So what if we could provide product or strategies that said, let's start almost like dollar cost averaging. Let's start pulling some of these assets out. Let's lock in those gains to ensure that we can provide an income or provide a solution that's going to benefit you, that's going to be there when you need it, when you're ready to retire. We don't have to pull it all out, but let's start thinking about the impact in the next 2-3 years if we see a market correction. What's that going to mean to you? What's that going to mean to your retirement and to your family? And to help hammer that home, you see on the next slide, again, it's obviously a little pushing to the concept, but what we're focusing on is obviously the sequence of returns. And here we've got a client, two clients, same portfolio, $500,000, but the difference is when those returns hit. You see portfolio A, for the first 3 years, that client had a negative return. In addition to those negative returns, they're taking out $30,000 a year. So pulling out $30,000 a year, they've pulled out almost $300,000. That contract is $292,000 at the end of the 11th contract year. Portfolio B that experienced the positive returns for the first 7-8 years, that same $500,000 pulling out 30s currently sits at roughly $563,000. So again, the emphasis here is, are you prepared or are you able to handle a correction like this if you're getting close to retirement. Look what it could mean for the longevity of your income. Let's start locking in some of those gains, giving you the benefit of income rider, giving you the benefit of a care protection, a lot of different things that we can offer to ensure that, that you're not impacted by that. And so what we did at Phoenix from a quick corporate standpoint is we've developed a portfolio that really addresses those risks, that talks about and lets you walk through that. And we feel there's four key areas: accumulation, income, family, and care. And when you think about our portfolios, we talk about each one of these products, really looking at advanced sales opportunities with each. What we're really going to focus on is personal income annuity and personal protection choice. These are our top two selling products in the portfolio, and they're products that were really built to give you sales solutions, to give you sales strategies to address a lot of the risks and the concerns that a client might have throughout retirement. So quickly, a two-slide sort of intro to the personal income annuity product. And again, not going to go into a lot of detail. You've got a great resource and a great team there at Great Plains Annuity. So I definitely encourage you, after we walk through this presentation, to give a call in and have a more in-depth conversation in terms of product. But personal income annuity is our #1 selling product, and it was designed to be a leader in the guaranteed income space. As I mentioned, how do we do it? We do it by offering 2 income riders that you must elect at issue. The first one gives you a 45% benefit-based bonus within the first 24 months. So if you're turning on income within the first 36 months, you're going to elect this Income Today strategy. 30% bonus to the benefit base up front, and then a 7.5% bonus on the first 2 anniversaries. It's got a little longer deferral, or you'll see in some of the sales strategies that we offer, if the client can with a partial withdrawal, which is available as quickly as 30 days, you've got the ability to use our Income Tomorrow strategy, which is going to give you a very strong industry-leading 14% roll-up. That's going to roll for 10 years with the ability to re-up for another 10 years. What does it mean from a quick competitive standpoint? Here you can see the competition looking at some of our key competitors, carriers that we come up to on a consistent basis. Look at the strength of the personal income annuity product and the payouts that you've got. Again, not going to walk through this. This is more designed, today's conversation, to talk about strategies that you might be able to implement into it. But you can see on the numbers in front of you on the screen here, extremely, extremely competitive in that very, if you're turning on income within the first 36 months compared to the competition that's out there today. Now what I want to talk about again is taking that personal income annuity product and using the strong guarantees that we've built in with that Income Today, Income Tomorrow rider, and look at a couple different strategies. We've got producers using these strategies successfully today as it relates to a 4x4 strategy or other key buzzwords, which is Social Security. And we're going to look at Social Security Solver as well as the Staller. So first and foremost, the first strategy we're going to talk about is the 4x4 strategy. What we've done with this strategy is take a client age 65 who has $100,000, and we're going to use our penalty-free withdrawal. So we've got up to 10% available as soon as 30 days. But what we're going to do is have that client take out 4% beginning the first contract year, and then we're going to increase that withdrawal by 4% per year through the 8th contract year. At the end of 8 years, we're using the penalty-free withdrawal. You can see we've taken out roughly $35,000 or 35% of the initial premium. But because we had that strong 14% roll-up to the benefit base, despite the fact that we were taking a withdrawal, we were still growing that benefit base over time. So the client has been helped in terms of inflationary protection, in terms of other expenses that they might not have expected by that rising income. Then we turn on income beginning year 9, and we have a guaranteed lifetime income of $6,752. Again, income that client can never outlive if they live to 80, if they live to age 95. But they've also been able to, again, protect themselves in inflationary protection in a decreasing market. Maybe they had other assets that they were drawing income, but it had market exposure. Here's a way to maybe offset that. Or, again, if they were fully protected, give them a little higher income over time and eventually giving them a real nice, almost 30% increase in terms of the payout. The next strategy we're going to talk about is the Social Security Solver. Obviously, Social Security continues to be one of the main talking points out there today. And a quick synopsis of what we're looking at here is initially we have a couple, age 62 and 65, and they're expecting to generate $30,000 a year in terms of Social Security payments. What happens just prior to turning on income? One of the spouses, a husband age 65, passes away, reducing that benefit by $12,000 per year. or again, based on the client's life expectancy, an overall shortfall of $288,000. So what can we do in this scenario? And what you'll see in front of you is we've taken a client, again, age 62, which was a surviving spouse, a little higher premium. We're looking at $275,000. Hopefully the client had a life insurance policy, or maybe they had other assets that were positioned and now necessarily, again, with the passing of one of the spouses, don't need it lined up the way they were. Then, again, using that 10% partial withdrawal available immediately, we're going to pull out $12,000 per year through the client's age 70th birthday, overcoming that shortfall. So we've overcome that $12,000 shortfall that client was experiencing. And maybe they don't necessarily need the full $12,000 since now you've just got one spouse, but again, a way to overcome that. Then, because of that 14% roll-up that's also happening to the benefit base, beginning year 8, we turn on income, and we've got roughly an $18,000, $200 guaranteed lifetime income stream for the remainder of that client's life. So a nice way, again, to help from a Social Security standpoint to help overcome an unexpected loss. And again, this is going to be more specific to a specific client based on situations, but again, another idea that you can utilize. Last but not least, as it relates to the personal income annuity and the strong guaranteed income streams, what we're looking at is the staller. And so what we're doing in this situation, again, a client age 55 who was thinking they were going to start taking Social Security at age 62. The payout at age 62 is going to be $14,460. You can see the benefit if the client was able to wait till age 68 or 70. You're almost at $28,000, so almost doubling what that income would have been at age 62. So what strategy are we going to use? We're going to use that personal income annuity, income tomorrow strategy, turning on age 62 where the client was initially expecting to get $14,460 and stall that benefit through age 70 to get them the full $28,000. So how does that look? Again, client age 55, $200,000 premium goes into the policy, and you can see at age 62, we've got a $16,078 guaranteed lifetime payout because of that strong roll-up with our income tomorrow strategy and personal income annuity. Remember, $16,078 compared to the $14,460 that the client was expected to get, so a nice increase over what they were expecting at age 62. Let's fast forward a slide. Again, you see, turn on 62, $16,000 benefit, a nice increase from where they were. How does that pay out in terms of maximization of those assets, of those clients' dollars, maximizing Social Security? So again, at age 70, now we've got a client that was only getting $14,460 on Social Security, but now they're getting over $44,000 at age 70 because of the increased payout, or a difference of almost $30,000. A significant benefit, and you can see the difference overall in terms of payouts that the client's going to receive. So again, think of the flexibility that you've got with this strong 14% roll-up to address a lot of different risks, a lot of different concerns that the client might have, while also maximizing their payout through Social Security. Let's fast forward quickly to another concept now that we've moved past just a guaranteed lifetime income. And what we're going to look at here is healthcare risks. Again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking through all of it. There are things that each and every one of you is probably dealing with on an everyday basis. But you can see, obviously, a lot more individuals now at some point in time are going to require care, whether that's qualified nursing care facility, whether they're going to lean on a family member to help take care of them, a lot of different things which incur a lot of different costs and opportunities. The other flip side of that is obviously the cost of care. It is increasing, it's continuing to increase, and we expect that trend to continue. But the part of the income side of it, or the cost side of it, that we don't always expect is if we have a family member that's caring for an individual, is the impact that it also has on the lifestyle or it has on the family as a whole. So again, another cost that might not be maintained monetarily, but something that we've got to consider. What we've done at Phoenix is develop our personal protection choice product. And we're going to go through another advanced sales strategy concept that we did with personal income annuity, but quickly again with this product and how it works. And this is our fastest growing product inside our portfolio. First and foremost, again, you're going to have an income rider selection, income today, income tomorrow, but the ability to attach health care as well as family care or enhanced death benefits on this product. You see, first and foremost, income protection, you've got the same income today, income tomorrow benefit. The difference is the guaranteed income payout is going to be reduced by about 5% versus what you got with personal income annuity. So if you're looking for maximum income, what we're looking at is personal income annuity. If we want to look at adding additional benefits or maximizing those clients' dollars, you've got the personal protection choice out there. So how does it work in addition to that income product? You've got the ability to attach a care benefit when you elect the income rider. And what it's going to do for a client who goes into a qualified nursing home, it's going to enhance their lifetime withdrawal benefit for up to 5 years by 250%, even if the account value has been depleted to zero. So this is going to be a true benefit of 5 years, as long as the client qualifies, of up to 250%. If the client can't fulfill 260 ADLs, they're just at home as opposed to a qualified nursing facility, you've got 175% enhancement. In addition to that rider, you also have the ability to attach our family protection benefit, our enhanced death benefit. And what it's going to give you is an industry-leading 10% roll-up through age 70 and a 5% roll-up through age 85 for a maximum of 10 years. The real other strength with this product, in addition to the industry-leading roll-up, is it pays out as a lump sum to the beneficiary. So again, let's take a client age 60, they've got $100,000. At age 70, they've got a $200,000 lump sum benefit to the beneficiary. Quickly, from an illustrative standpoint, again, you've got a great team over there at Great Plains that can walk through this. Here's what you show. Let's look at year 8. Client with $100,000 has a guaranteed $9,212 lifetime benefit, $23,000 nursing protection, as well as a $140,000 lump sum death benefit. But how can we position this product and this strategy in the marketplace today? And what we're going to do with the personal protection choice is piggyback on that 4x4 strategy we saw with PIA, but enhance this and really show you the benefits of this product. And I've got a lot of individuals that have started using this strategy because of the overall richness of this product. So what we did, same concept here, take a 60-year-old client with $100,000, and we put them into the personal protection choice. We've got all 3 benefits. But again, beginning at first contract year, we're going to withdraw 4% or 4% of the initial premium and increase that payout by 4% per year through the 7th contract year. Again, pulling out roughly 30-35% of the initial premium. Then beginning year 9, we're going to turn on our guaranteed our lifetime withdrawal benefit and have a slight increase of up to $5,626. Again, that's guaranteed for life as long as the client's longevity takes them, as long as they live. In addition to that, we've got a $14,000 benefit payable for 5 years, regardless if the account value has been depleted, if that client goes into a nursing home. And despite pulling out that 30-35% of the initial premium, we also have almost $114,000 lump sum death benefit available to the beneficiaries. So this is a product that truly maximizes those clients' dollars. It can help protect them from inflation. It can give them a strong guaranteed lifetime withdrawal benefit that they can never outlive. But in addition, it's going to help protect that client if they go into a nursing home, if they have some additional costs associated with health care, and to ensure that they can still create a legacy by giving a nice lump sum death benefit available to the beneficiaries. So a real good opportunity, again, to address a lot of the risks that we started this presentation talking about in terms of the marketplace, and to capture a lot of the opportunity that the client has out there as well. Last but not least, in terms of this presentation, I want to circle back to what we talked about in terms of starting to lock in some of these clients' dollars. The great thing about everything that we've talked about so far from a sales strategy standpoint is those are all guarantees. They don't depend on the performance of an index. They don't depend on what side of the bed an actuary wakes up on. You present those numbers and those strategies, those are locked-in guarantees. But now what we've got the ability to start talking about is, again, after a 4-year run-up, let's start diversifying some of that safe money that the client has. Let's start locking in some of those gains, give them strong opportunities. But what you're able to offer as well with the both products that we've talked about is growth strategies which go beyond the guarantees. And first and foremost, not going to spend a lot of time here, but we've got 5 different strategies based off of the S&P 500. You can see all of them in front of you, some uncapped strategies, some participation rate-based strategies, as well as some of them with caps. But the strength in the growth, the strength in being able to sit down and have a conversation about locking in those gains that the client's experiencing, diversified some of that money, is talking about the Credit Suisse proprietary tactical multi-asset index. You can see first and foremost, one of the great benefits right there is that top bullet point that we've got a 1- and 2-year strategy. So one of the things, again, when you're sitting down with a client that you want to talk about, 70% of FIAs today are issued with an income rider. 2.2 years is the average wait. So what are we doing? We're drawing down that account value. A lot of the strategies out there today have a 3-year or a 5-year wait before you get any credits applied to the contract. So think of the difference, the significance in terms of the difference if you're only crediting every 5 years on a depleting asset. Whereas with the Credit Suisse strategy, now we're locking in those gains that the client's experienced, but we're also crediting each and every year to ensure that they're getting full maximum upside, which can have a strong benefit to the beneficiaries. And what's the strength between this product? Again, not going to spend a lot of time. You can see the diversification here, but what you really need to focus on with the Credit Suisse strategy, and I'll show you on the next slide the sizzle with this strategy, is this concept, these strategies sort of zig when the market zags. And what do I mean by that? It's comprised of 4 different non-correlated asset classes. And you can see the 10 different ETFs that are out there with these strategies that are all packaged inside of this product. Can never have more than 40% exposure to one specific asset class. So you've got equities, you've got commodities such as gold, you've got real estate, and you've got fixed income. So what that means is when the equity markets is down, this strategy is really meant to zag and give you upside potential by reallocating more assets into those other 3 non-correlated asset classes, helping you maximize return. So you can feel confident when we're talking to a client, again, about locking in some of those gains they've experienced over the last 4 or 5 years. Let's start diversifying some of that safe money. We're truly giving you diversification to talk about with this strategy. And what's the strength that you've got with this, or what's the best way to present this? The way that I've seen is using the illustration capabilities that we've got with Credit Suisse. And what you see in front of you is exactly what Great Plains would be able to show you, what we'd be able to illustrate with our software. And you're going to see for the Credit Suisse strategy, we're going to show you the best, the worst, and the most recent 10-year periods. You're also able to do this with the S&P 500. And when you can sit down and show a comparison of how the S&P 500 is done over these same 3 categories versus the Credit Suisse strategy, you've got a real nice sizzle, you've got a real nice story to tell on top of all the guarantees. With that said, I apologize, I didn't want to run through all that, but what you've got now in front of you with Phoenix and Great Plains is some real good sales strategies and sales pieces that are available for you that help you talk about the advanced strategies that we've talked about. You're going to look at assets. You're going to talk about concerns. You're going to really do a retirement analysis that's available to you. You've got great illustration capabilities running a side-by-side of the income today, income tomorrow, which can show you the benefit of that 4x4 strategy, the difference in incomes that the client can have if we do withdrawals inside of the product. And I want to wrap it up by taking the last 30 seconds and talk about the strength of Phoenix. We're an organization that's been around for over 160 years. We've got a great partnership with Great Plains Annuity Marketing. Obviously, they are the eyes and ears for us. They do a great job of talking the product, of educating you, getting you the resources and the tools available. So we're excited to continue to grow this opportunity. But again, you see with Phoenix, we've been around for over 160 years, coming into business in 1851, and really focused back in 2005, building out our annuity portfolio to where it is today, and is industry leader in the guaranteed income space. The other strength with it is because we're written under Phoenix Variable Insurance Company, we've got the ability to offer the separate account. And what this strategy does, or what this feature does, is it protects your client at the end of the day, much like a variable account does, a variable company does. Every premium dollar that Phoenix receives goes into this separate account, and it's managed the same way that the general account does, so you're getting the growth in terms of the assets that are inside the separate account. And it's trued up on a quarterly basis to be a true depiction of the liability that the company has in terms of account values in the policy. In a worst-case scenario, what happens is the only people that have access to the separate account are the policyholders. So it's a true layer of protection for the client that can ensure that they can never lose a penny inside of the product, inside of the company. So a real strong benefit, a real strong layer of protection that you can use to sell as well. And again, at this point in time, Phoenix is the only company I know of that offers a separate account in the fixed world. So with that said, again, I want to wrap it up by, again, thanking each and every one of you for the opportunity to be on the call today. Again, hopefully with those advanced sales strategies, looking at the industry as a whole, you've got some ideas or some thoughts with current clients that you're working on, or prospects that you've maybe talked to that just haven't committed yet. of things that you can use. Lean on this Great Plains Annuity marketing team, a great company, a great partnership we've got with them. And with that said, again, I want to thank each and every one of you for the time today and the opportunity to earn your business. So I will throw it back to you, Rob, and we'll wrap things up here.
Thanks so much, Jake. We appreciate you being with us today, and we appreciate everybody that's joined us. Phoenix is one of the strongest income providers we represent. I'd encourage everybody, as you reach out, maybe talk with your annuity marketing consultant here at Great Plains. We can run a Income Plus income rider comparison worksheet for you. Phoenix does a marvelous job, as Jake pointed out, with income early. But what we found on the income riders, a lot of the carriers and specific products display certain sweet spots where if you're starting income in the first couple of years, if you're deferring for 10 years and then starting income, that can kind of bounce all over the board and vary by carrier and product. Phoenix has a very strong product portfolio and is represented very well throughout the range of income options that your clients have. The other thing is a big deal today for us is making those premium dollars multitask as we look at enhanced health benefits and the family benefits that Jake pointed out. And again, Phoenix has a very innovative product portfolio that brings a lot of value to you as you're looking at helping your clients with those issues. We thank you for being with us. We have recorded the presentation. We'll get an email out to everybody later today. That should be posted hopefully before the end of the day. And again, as Jake said, besides great products and what you heard, these sales ideas today, one of your other fabulous resources is your Great Plains Annuity Marketing Specialist. And please give them a call. Let them help you with maybe case development, making sure that you're hitting on all cylinders as far as the client needs and what you're trying to do for your client. Take advantage of that expertise, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much. Have a great day.